What the warehouse means to me. It's theater. It's kind of trivial. They've got a great location, though. When you think about that corner of Augusta and University, it could be such a good bar.
I've worked all over the country, and while there are certainly bigger theaters out there with more money, there aren't any theaters out there that are run more professionally, more passionately, and with greater local impact than the Warehouse Theater.
The Warehouse is a vital part of what makes Greenville special.
The Warehouse is integral to the Greenville community. Upstate Shakespeare Festival, everything, they are just integral to what makes Greenville, Greenville.
And it was founded on the principle that it could contribute to the health of the community.
It's a very special thing that you shouldn't take for granted in your community of Greenville. I wish the Warehouse Theater was in Atlanta, because a lot of the work I do in Atlanta still does not touch what happens at Warehouse Theater. The challenging work, the rewarding work, the respect that Warehouse has for its audience. It's a very rare thing in a community.
If you're watching this, you've probably seen shows at Warehouse and you know this. You know how lucky Greenville is to have the Warehouse and its work, and how lucky Warehouse is to have a community like Greenville that supports and values that work.
Pretty great community of theater makers and theater lovers.
I can only say that I love the Warehouse, and I anticipate its return with even more wonderful and glorious things than ever before. And that's my dog in the background, and he agrees with me. I'm Jayce Tromsness, and I approve this message. How do I stop this thing?
I'm good.
Okay, thank
you.
That's Ann.
Can't even.
That's my wife.
Hi.
Hi.
I just want you to think about this. The theater scene throughout the country and the world has been decimated by the pandemic. But I think the Warehouse is a tough old girl. So I want you to pass in front of this theater as often as you can and look up at that wonderful marquee we have now. And some night you're going to come by and see Opening Tonight, the Warehouse story. To be continued.
To all of the patrons out there who support the Warehouse Theater, thank you. I look forward to a time when I can be back at the Warehouse, helping to create art that is vital for our community and for this world that we live in.
Thank you for being such an integral part of making art in Greenville, and please stay safe and stay well. We're looking to see you sitting in one of our seats soon.
And when I think of the Warehouse Theater, I think of empathy. I think all the shows that they put on are very integral in the way that they explain the human experience in a way that is going to reach all audiences. They taught me so much about what it's like to be human and what it's like to be in someone else's shoes and what it's like to experience the world from someone else's point of view. And I learned a lot about how I can approach other people and their situations in worlds that I probably wouldn't otherwise know. I learned how to empathize with people through the Warehouse Theater, both through the play that I was in and through watching other plays and talking to other people in the lobby, not just actors, not just directors, but just people who go to see the shows, because something about the performances they put on there and the way that everyone works together is just so embodying of what the human spirit really is, and especially how powerful it can be when we all work together. And that's what I think about when I think of the Warehouse Theater. I think of empathy.